you might find it easier to write these as fractions, okay? So 6 to 8 can also be written as 6 over 8, right? That's equal to, you have to write the first terms first, 9 over something, right? Now there's a couple ways you could do this. I'll show you a different method that might make it easier for you. Look here for a sec. This is an easier way actually. Okay, so if you look at what I've done first, I wrote them both as fractions, okay? This is an easier way. So 6 to 8 is 6 over 8, and that's equal to 9 over unknown. That's something you don't know. When you don't know what an answer is in math, you put a variable, a letter. So what letter do you guys want to call that? X, okay? So everyone's good so far? To solve for X, that's what you're trying to find, the unknown, right? Once you set it up as this is called a proportion, where you have the equal sign in the middle, you can cross multiply, and you're allowed to use your calculator for this. So just imagine that there's an imaginary X here. Okay, cross multiply. That means I'm going to multiply 6 times what? X. You go across. 6 times X. You don't know X. Can you multiply that? So we're going to call that 6X. That means 6 times X. Then I'm going to multiply 8 times what? So that's equal to, what's 8 multiplied by 9? 72. So that is 6X equals 72. How would I solve for X now? What do I have to do to both sides of the equation? If this says 6 times X, what's the opposite of multiplying? Krista? Dividing by 6, right? If I divide this by 6, that's gone. What do I have to do to the right side? Divide by 6, so I'm left with X. We just have our X left over. And then what's 72 divided by 6? 12. Okay, does that method seem a little easier? Try one on your own. 52 over 13 equals what? X. This is the unknown, X. Okay, out of 300. You cannot write 52 over 13 equals 300 out of X. That's the incorrect order. You have to go in order. First terms first, and then the second terms, okay? So it has to be written in order. Okay, now you can try the method I just taught you of cross multiplication. So if you want, even draw an X on your page. Cross multiply. And I always like to keep the variable on the left side. Okay, so let's do the variable part first. It's going to be 13 times X. How would I write that? 13 times X would be 13X. Then what do I multiply? We are multiplying 52 times, so 52 times 300. What's 52 times 300? 15,600? Okay, so we divide this side by 13, and then I divide this side by 13. What's X equal to? What's 15,600 divided by 13? 1,200? 1,200? Raise your hand if you got that answer. Good. 8 over X, because that's the unknown, equals what? Perfect. 20 over 10. Again, cross multiply. 20, or X times 20, or 20 times X is written as 20X. Then what do I multiply? Equals 8 times 10. What's 8 times 10? And what do I have to do? Final step, divide both sides by. That reduces to 1. X is equal to 4.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.